Yeah, guys. I'm so sorry. I think I don't know what time I started the stream, but I did the stream and I went through all of my presentation and all this good stuff, and I wasn't even streaming. So I very much apologize for that. And you guys know that I would never leave you guys. Um, are we here live in the stream? The thing is, Um, I was going through a presentation. It was like a full screen presentation. I thought it was quiet in the chat, to be fair, and evidently it was for the reason, the fact that oh god, okay. So sorry, guys. I really do. Please accept my apology for that. The idea that I had today was I'm going to be going over some sort of presentation, and it's a little bit different from what you guys are used to, and I'm not going to be able to look at the chat right now, but I'm going to run through this presentation anyway. I'm going to recap of everything that I just said for the past half an hour. Okay. So give me a second. Let's jump on here. Okay. So, oh my god. Okay. No, hold up. Apologies, guys. Apologies. Okay, so I want to talk about Songbird today and why you should be excited. Okay. So, what is Songbird? You know, it's been the talk of the town recently. But basically, Songbird is the canary network for Fleur. And a canary network is being defined as an operational blockchain with a defined token supply that is intended to be used to test features for a related mainnet, and that being the Fleur network. So it's very far from a testnet. With a testnet, you can just keep creating all of these assets with no repercussions. You know, it's like almost considered what you can consider as the dollar today. People just keep printing it, you know. But with Songbird, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be a defined amount when the network launches, and that is obviously based on the amount of XRP which you held at the time of distribution, or the time of the snapshot, sorry. So Songbird will be a fully functioning network. It will resemble the Flare network in many senses, and it will be used to test functionality in decentralized applications before they are ported over to the Flare network. And the Songbird network will include its own FTSO, or Flare Time Series Oracle, the F asset system, and it will obviously incorporate the native token Songbird, which has the ticker symbol of SGB. Now, the real thing to take away from this presentation and any presentation is that Songbird is not a test network. Yes, new functionality will be tested on the network, but it is in fact a canary network, and these are very two different things. A canary network actually holds value, whereas if you was participating in the Flare Finance beta test, you'll have been competing on the Coston testnet, and these assets could just be created at will, and there would be no repercussions. You know, you could accumulate all of these imaginary tokens, and it wouldn't make you any wealthier. But today, the Songbird network is actually going to hold value, and this is something especially important to be able to differentiate. So, as I said, the Songbird is going to be a completely separate network. The Flare network is not a test network. It's its own functioning network capable of minting assets, earning yield, and any other activity which you would expect from the Flare network. the distribution for the Songbird token is as follows. So 15% will go to those who are expected to receive the Spark token. And if you're expected to earn the Spark token, whether self-custody, if you're self-custody, then you can just switch to a different network and it's no problem. But if you're expected to receive the Spark token via an exchange, then it's up to them to redeem your assets or redeem the Songbird token. Because if you was holding your XRP on an exchange at the time of the snapshot, then you was trusting that exchange to fulfill their obligation with this distribution. Now, no matter what asset you hold on an exchange, if you hold it on an exchange, you don't actually own it. It's the exchange which owns it, okay? And I think that's a very important something to distinguish, because a lot of people hold their assets on exchanges, but they don't actually know that the exchange actually owns them. So until you withdraw it to your own wallet, that's the point which you accept custody of your asset itself, okay? So let's talk about the distribution. So as I mentioned before, if you was holding it on a self-custody wallet, then you will receive the Songbird token because you was owning the XRP at the time of the distribution. If you was holding it on an exchange, then it's up to the exchange because it's the exchange that was holding the XRP at the time. So the ratio will be for every XRP that you held, you will receive 0.1511 Songbird. Okay. So let's get a little bit of a timeline here. So let's go from the present day. Right now, you should be leveling up your knowledge on a daily basis to prepare for the launch of the Fleur and Songbird network, okay? And that's all you can do for now until the actual network launches. So, Songbird is actually obviously the canary network of Fleur, and distribution of Songbird commences once the network goes live, which is expected to be at the end of August in around 6 weeks' time. Now, I cannot stress enough that this is an expected launch, and an expected launch is an estimate. It's it's not a defined deadline, okay? So this is the point which you can expect the Songbird network to launch. Now, in September, the Fleur network are actually expected to complete their audits. Now, the audits they're actually doing 3, and the Fleur network will not launch until all 3 of these audits have been completed and significant testing has been completed on the Songbird Canary network too. Now, once this is completed, both networks are actually going to continue to run in parallel. So developers are going to be able to launch their decentralized applications on the Canary network, Songbird, and once successful, they will be able to port that over to the Fleur network, which will be much more stable. Now, security is a big thing, and security is a priority of the Fleur network. The priority is not getting your assets to you as soon as possible. No, the Fleur network are here for the longevity, okay? They want to remain a part of history, okay? So the Fleur network is undergoing 3 separate audits, which are expected, please understand that word. They're expected to complete in September. Security is the top priority of the Fleur network team, and this is a good thing. You want your assets to be secure. You don't want the network which you run on to be insecure. You want it to be as secure as possible, right? It's your money at stake. And that's what the Flare team are focused on. So please find happiness in that fact. Once and only once the Flare team are happy with the results, the Flare network will launch. So I just want to quickly recap on 4 reasons why you should be happy about Songbird. So first of all, let's talk about the airdrop. If you are eligible to receive the Spark token, you may be eligible to receive the Songbird token. It will have value. It has a finite supply and will be used on a functional network which imitates the Flare network. It's actually going to be the closest thing to the Flare network that you can possibly imagine. And the second thing is that you're going to be able to learn. You can try DeFi and use decentralized applications built on top of Songbird to increase your understanding and still earn assets and earn yield as a result. It's going to enable you to become familiar with the various protocols ahead of the launch of the Flare network, whether that be delegating your vote to an FTSO data provider or even just minting F assets. It's going to familiarize yourself with the process, okay? Third is this network is going to be able to allow for the Flare team to really identify the exploits on the Songbird and rectify them before the Flare network launches. And this means fixes prior to the launch will not have to go through the governance voting system. And finally, number 4, developers are able to test their applications on a network which is as close to the Flare network as it gets. It's going to hold real value. And the Flare Finance beta is one example, and also Probity as well. So stay tuned for that. So I really just want to go through some frequently asked questions here. And the first one being, how and when do I receive Songbird? So the Songbird Canary network is due to launch in roughly 6 weeks. So 6 weeks from now or 6 weeks from the announcement. And I must stress that this is an estimate. This is when it's expected to launch, okay? If you was holding your XRP on an exchange, then if your exchange is supporting the Songbird airdrop, then you can expect it again in roughly 6 weeks. Self-custody, then you have no problems. The only thing you will have to do is create or interact with another network. And you will receive this again when the Songbird network launches. So when the Songbird network launches, as with the Flare network launches, that's when the actual tokens are actually created, okay? So let's move on to this. Will Songbird be worthless? Definitely not. Songbird is a native token for the Songbird network, the Canary network for Flare. As a Canary network will hold value, you cannot just create Songbird via various forces like you did with the Flare token on the Costa network. Now, Songbird will have real value, and it may even be possibly traded on centralized exchanges. So this is one thing that I think a lot of people are actually failing to acknowledge. The fact that Songbird is going to be, you can consider it as the Flare Network 1.0, okay? So what if you hold the Flare IOU? So holding the Flare IOU is irrelevant. Only those who are eligible for the Flare airdrop or the Spark airdrop will be considered for the Songbird airdrop. So the IOUs, no matter how much you accumulate, it doesn't matter. It basically applies to those who are eligible for the Spark token airdrop in the first place. So let's quickly talk about taxes. So I know this was a big topic and it was a big debate in the past. And basically, if you're holding this, if you receive the Songbird token, you're going to receive 15% at the initial launch of the network, and it's going to be valued as it's going to be worthless because it's not going to be, there's not going to be any price discovery. So that's good news for all the American residents, I guess. I know there was a big debacle prior to the actual Flare network launch and distribution, but for those of you guys that are living in the US, you can receive the Songbird token tax-free. So when Flare launch, and yes, I did spell when intentionally wrong. So this is a direct copy from the recent blog post, which is publicly available from the Flare network team. Flare will launch after substantial testing of all systems on Songbird, with the current final security audit scheduled to finish at the end of September. So they're anticipating that this external factor, the auditing, they don't have no control of the auditing. They can't rush the auditing. The auditing is expected, an estimate for the auditing is to be finished by September. And please let me just stress this word estimate. They're expecting it to end in September. And that doesn't mean it's going to end in September. That's just a time which they feel that it could be completed, okay? And regardless of that fact, they're not going to launch until they've had substantial testing of Songbird. They want to thoroughly test Songbird to make sure that it's working as expected before they launch the Flare network, okay? So that actually, please bear with me, that actually brings to a draw the presentation. And if you guys like that presentation style, please do let me know, and let me just catch up here on the chat, because I know I've neglected you guys for a little bit of the PowerPoint. JK is happy with the PowerPoint. Glad to hear it. You know, I cheers for you guys building up the hype. I missed a snapshot. Is there any way I can participate in the Songbird network? If not, that would be really disappointed. I'm looking forward to the beta on yeah, so you know, CryptoEd, you can't well, you can still participate in the network because the network is public. It's going to be open for anyone, but you're not going to receive the Spark tokens, or you're not going to receive the Songbird tokens, okay? Hold up. So let me just run through some of these tabs what I have open, and I'm going to get to questions at the end. So when do you receive the Spark token? So you receive the Spark token when the Flare network launches, which, as I just mentioned, is once thorough testing of the Songbird network has commenced, and once the audits are complete. And the audits are actually due to complete in the end of September. So Decent Wallets here, they've been very busy in the space, and they're planning to support the Songbird network, and that was no surprise to me. We have Flare Finance here, who will be deploying the Flare Finance ecosystem to Songbird as well. And as I said, this was something which I anticipated. I mentioned in yesterday's video, because it just makes sense. You know, these applications, they want to launch on this testnet, and then they want to migrate to the much more secure Flare network once available. Okay, I do want to run through this thread which I created. So actually, yeah, no, we'll run through it. So, I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, no one's supporting Songbird," and this was the exact same once the Flare network launched. So, cast your minds back to 2020. People are panicking because no exchanges are going to support the Flare network airdrop. And that was very common. I heard that so many times. And if you fast forward to the snapshot, exchanges announced support for the biggest airdrop and simultaneous listing of an asset in crypto history. You know, there's never been a bigger airdrop, and this is something to be excited with within yourself, you know. So, less than 48 hours have passed since the announcement of Songbird, the canary network for Flare, which will hold real value, and I cannot express that enough. So, the exchanges may not have known about it a few days ago, but you can bet that they do now. Have patience, cool your jets. I would just like to add, exchanges are financially driven. They want to serve their customers or community in the best possible way and get paid to do so. If users have a particular interest or the demand is high enough, exchanges will listen. So you've got to make attention basically for this Songbird token, and I feel like the exchanges will have gone through a lot of the hard work, let's say, for integrating the Spark token. And to be able to integrate the Songbird token, it's not going to take that much more effort. And we have Uphold here saying, "Hi, we have heard you and will update you as soon as there's more information available." The fact that they've said, "We have heard you," is the fact that, Twitter really does make a difference. And if you're able to reach out to an exchange that you may hold or you may be due to receive the Spark token on, be sure to just give them a tag and see what happens. Moving on, we have support from Probity, decentralized autonomous organization, which is part of the Trustline ecosystem, and they said Probity Vaults will launch on Flare's Songbird Canary network for real money testing. Real money, it's not a test network, it's a canary network. It holds real value, okay? That's something I want you to take from today's stream. Bitrue is supporting the Songbird distribution from the Flare team, and this was announced just hours after the announcement of Songbird. And this is something that I really respect about Bitrue, is that they're very community driven. There was actually the first exchange to announce XRP as a base pair, and I've been supporting Bitrue for a very long time, and I think they do a great job. They was the first to announce the support for the Spark token, for example. So if you do want to register for Bitrue and you haven't already, please feel free to check the link in the description. Now, I wanted to bring your guys' attention to this particular video here, and it was hosted by Patty from the DeFi Standard, and he does a really great job of going through the history of Kusama, which was the very first canary network, and it was the canary network for Polkadot. So please feel free to check that out too. Moving on, we have the launch of the Flare Community merch store. So if you guys want to support the channel further and get yourself some pretty nice looking merch in the process, please feel free to do so. You can do it basically by going to the channel and clicking on the store tab here. For members of the actual members of the Flare Community channel, I'm actually doing a membership exclusive live stream every Monday, and I'm trying to get a poll here to find out which is the best time to do so. So if you are a member and you're connected to the Discord channel, please feel free to vote here, and I will stream at the time which is most popular. So look forward to that. So finally, guys, you know how we like to end the stream, and this is the Flare Community Appreciation NFT. Now, this goes out to the people who are really giving themselves, doing some selfless acts to the community, and this particular stream, as like every other stream, I like to give one out, and this stream is actually, this NFT is going to, hold up, this particular NFT is going to go to a legend in the space, to be fair. Someone who has really helped me grow as a channel, but not just that, they've actually they've been providing content for a very long time. It's a YouTuber, and this person in particular, he really showed me some love back in the early days of the channel, and you know, I don't think I would be in a position as I am without him. So I would love to announce this particular NFT to my man Kevin Cage. What an absolute legend. So I'm sure most of you that are watching this are already following Kevin Cage, and he does a great job of like summarizing news, especially relating to XRP, and he's got his own YouTube channel here. And in fact, I'm going to just quickly drop this in the chat. So that's it. My man Kevin Cage, he's doing bits, and you know, I really do appreciate him. And you know, it's not just like these big YouTubers that are helping me. I've given these NFTs to many different people, but I think Kevin is a really genuine person, and he has a good heart, and it's very obvious to see. So he does have an NFT on his way, and we've given away 18 at the minute. We've got many people here, and you know, who knows, maybe you could be next. You keep doing them selfless acts of kindness. That's what I'm all about, you know. I'm all about spreading the love. So if that's you, maybe you will get one as well. So that's it, guys. And I'm very happy you could stay for this live stream. I know it's late. It's definitely late for me. I've actually just I checked the clock, and it's 5 a.m. I've got work in a couple of hours, but yeah, I do appreciate you guys taking the time out to just chill with me. You know, it really is humbling that people would just listen to me ramble on about the Flare network. So I just want to again reiterate my appreciation for you guys, and stay on the lookout for the next video. And until then, well, stay tuned. I'm out.
Mission Control, we have liftoff.